across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dreadnoughts of Oklahoma City and the Brooklyn Bulls. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn Ball Club. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers are 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. McKee. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Looking to throw. McKee. And that's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 3rd down, Carson. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your...
And this is going to be intercepted. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Man, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm teammates each and every week.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 61 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Anthony. Throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change, when all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Back to throw, McKee. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Fletcher, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And McKee now. And his throw here is incomplete. When you look at this defense, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom charts.
With their lack of pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Cooper the loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. On now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mason. A little droop. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On the ground again, it's Mason. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Anthony able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now they run. It's Mason. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
at the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And we'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Anthony. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession. Now 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Mason. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week they're coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Fletcher. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And McKee will look to throw it. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Carson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Now 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's McKee. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That throw, Charles, in the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run again with Mason. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Back to throw. Anthony. He finds his man. Complete. It's buried. And it'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Anthony. He finds his man. Complete. It's Gregory. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Mason. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
Off the play fake. Anthony. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They run it with Mason. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up enough.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bulls post the first points in the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A 10-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First down, Red Dogs.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 10. McKee to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. McKee now to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. McKee. Cook makes the catch on the out route. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover it for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw on 2nd down, Anthony. Left side, it's complete. It's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We begin in the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the city of Louisville. And it's the Voyagers who have the lead in that one. The Voyagers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. The Tigers trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Riverhogs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. A handoff to start the drive to Mason. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Mason. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you saw they have to get a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give them 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The 2nd down and 10 there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Anthony. And he is caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's blocked. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Back to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And down to the 20 he'll go before.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because it didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown. What a great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you...
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
From the 29, McKee. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. McKee. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down. McKee, he's got his target. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Operating from the gun. McKee. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw again on second down. McKee throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dreadnoughts are back within a score.
No touchdown for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with Mason. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He finds his man, complete. It's Barry. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Anthony. And for a right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off-play action. Anthony. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his
He
rhythm
got
was just
confused.
got thrown off? He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try the left side. It's Mason, and that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Operating from the gun. Anthony over the middle, complete. That's Barry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Looking to throw. Anthony. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Off the bootleg, Anthony. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw. Anthony. That's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bulls go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, is swapping that onus back and forth.
On 1st down, McKee. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. He'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Up the middle they go. It's Fletcher. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Carson. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Dreadnoughts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Anthony. He finds his man. Complete. That's Brock. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Mason. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Anthony. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Anthony. That's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Up the middle they go. It's Mason. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Oh, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Toss play to Mason. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Now a 3rd and 6.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. It's complete to Cook.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off-play action. McKee. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing on 1st down. McKee. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Fletcher. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Carson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. McKee. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. Back to throw. McKee. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, McKee. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Dreadnoughts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Mason. Faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Mason. And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
They're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun.
Anthony. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be
Pass
PI.
interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Anthony. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Anthony toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people actually.
And the 10-year vet knocks it toward the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
On 1st and 10, McKee. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to throw. McKee. And his throw here is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And shot through the tackle.
And he is going to have a 1st down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
And they'll indeed take a knee. On 2nd down, it's Mason. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. And taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them.